Chris here from Real Fit. So we're just going to build on the video we did last week concerning the back squat and start addressing some of the mobility and strength issues that a lot of people are going to have. So before we get into 3 exercises, the general problems you're going to have with mobility are going to be shoulder joint, and that's going to be sort of rounding over when you go down, in the lower back when you sort of got that sort of bum width from the bottom, and ankle mobility. So if you struggle with actually getting the knees forward or keeping down in the heels and this sort of happens, that's going to be concerning your ankle mobility as well. So the problems with mobility generally stem from tightness, weakness, or just not knowing how to get into the right position. So all these exercises are going to address that. You want to stick with these exercises for about 2 to 3 weeks until you can see some kind of progression, either in weight, depth, or just capabilities and comfortableness in the position. So the first movement is going to be the strength movement, and it's just going to be a simple goblet squat. You can do it with a kettlebell or even just any heavy object you've got at home. So all you're going to do is do the same things we did last week to find the stance. So if you don't know what that is, go back and find the video and get your stance again. It's going to take a kettlebell or a dumbbell and hold it like so. So you want it with the elbows tucked into the sides. We don't want to hold it like this. You want it there, so you're going to have your elbows forward and your back's going to be in a neutral position. So start off with the glutes flex, and all you're going to do is sink down, not back. And you want to get as low as you can. So I'll show you that from the front. Elbows are down, you've got a nice flat back, and you're sinking down. So the important thing with this is to remember that this exercise is to build you into the full squat. It's not to do the full squat straight away. So if the only way you can squat properly is to get to here, and as soon as you go low, round, that's fine. Just stick at the depth you can go to and slowly build up depth over time. So if you can get to here, and that's the safest place you can go without rounding over, stay there for a second, come back up. You'll build up the strength, and slowly over the weeks you get lower and lower and lower and lower. So the progression for this exercise is first off on your first week, so let's say we're doing this for 3 to 4 weeks. Start by working up to a fairly heavy set of 10 and try and see where your depth's at. And slowly over time you want to try and increase the weight you use for sets of 10 or increase the depth. So let's say you do 20 kilos on week 1 for 10 reps. If you're just getting to here, you want to keep going to that weight and doing sets of 10 with it until you're slowly increasing all the way to down here where you're hitting depth. Once you're there, then you can start increasing the weight. However, if you can get here first, then increase the weight over time. So the other 2 exercises are very, very, very simple ones, and they're kind of a double hit because they work on mobility and strength. So the first one is just a very, very simple reverse lunge. So all you're going to do is take the squat stance, and the working legs are wanting to be stuck forward, and then you're just going to reach back, sliding the foot, and sinking down pretty much until your knee is just above the floor or lightly touching it. So I'll show you that from the side. You want to have the same posture as you do with the squat. So you're just sitting down, this position here. So it's going to build up mobility while stretching the back hip and let you focus on one leg at a time. Because whether you've had past injuries or you just have a leg you particularly favour, you're going to have different imbalances. This will help to work them out, as well as strengthen the legs individually and just build up some mobility. So generally this is the program we're giving you. You do the squats first and your lunges. Start off with 2 sets of 10 per leg, no more. And every week, add 1 or 2 reps per set. So you go from doing 10 reps, then 11 reps, then 12 reps, and so on and so forth until you build up the volume. The second exercise is a bit of a harder one, and it's called a Cossack squat. And it's essentially just a very, very, very deep side lunge. So what it's supposed to look like is this. So you're sinking all the way onto one leg, trying to keep your hips square and stretch out this one, stretching the groin on the inside. Now, the problem you're going to come into, if you're not very mobile, are you going to try and bend into it this way, and you're not going to get very far, or you're going to come up onto the toe. Now, neither of these is that much of a problem. All you want to do, which is going to move up to the rack here, is get some kind of upright support. It can be a chair, it can be anything at all. Just hold on to it at that chest level, and as you sit down, you just use it to lever yourself backwards, because that'll help you get into position since you're kind of artificially taking some of your body weight off if you get there. So for that, again, 2 sets of 10 per leg. Try and stay as low as you can throughout the whole thing. So instead of going up and down, you're sort of gliding. And the same thing goes for the lunges and Cossacks as it goes for the squats. Go to the range you can where the movement looks relatively safe and the technique looks relatively, clean. So same thing with the squats. If that's the lowest level you can get to, keeping your form right, then just go to there and keep over time. For the lunge, everything looks nice because you to here, but then it sort of goes all pear-shaped and you go lower. Stick to that good depth. It's the same for Cossack squats. If you need to hold an upright to get to full depth, then do so. So to recap, squats, lunges, Cossack squats. The squats you want to hit for a hard set of 10 and slowly build up your depth all the way over time. For the lunges and Cossacks, 2 sets of 10 per leg to start with on each of them, and slowly build it up by a rep or 2 per week until you're getting to about 2 sets of 15 to 20 per leg.